Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Infinite Abilities podcast. I'm your host, Nick Yerhart. And before we get started, I should address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have a speech impediment, and that is because I have a disability called cerebral palsy. Now, instead of saying disabilities, I prefer to say special abilities because we all have our own unique abilities that we are capable of doing. And, your abilities are infinite, as I love to say at the end of all my things. So yeah, let's get started. So I own Nick Yerhart LLC, which is a coaching business. I have a few different types of coaching that I do. I do business coaching because I am a certified 10x business coach by Grant Cardone himself. Grant Cardone is a multi-billionaire. Yes, I said billionaire. And he is my business partner. So I get to use his materials and his training and courses to help individuals grow their businesses, which is super awesome and I love doing it. Next, I am a life coach. So I can help just about anyone improve their life, improve their mindset, gain more confidence, and everything like that. If you're having a problem, I am your guide. And I am confident saying that because I have had to get through so many problems in my life, not just your normal everyday problems, but I also have cerebral palsy, which, that has a whole set of problems within itself. So yeah, that's what I do. And then what I'm really passionate about is I like to help parents who have children with special needs. I prefer to say special abilities, but I like to help parents because there's a lot of things that you need to overcome as a parent of a child with special needs. It can be very hard at times, and you can get very overwhelmed and not know what to do. And it's just good to have somebody on your side that can talk to you and help you work out things. And I know from my personal experience growing up that I have to thank my parents for always pushing me to get out of my comfort zone and figure out what I could and couldn't do. There's not much that I can't do. I always figure out my own way to do everything. Nothing stops me. If if I see a challenge, it's like I go on a mission to overcome that challenge before going on to the next thing. I'm always looking at different ways to do everything. Like for instance, here's a simple one. So because of cerebral palsy, it affects my whole body, and my hands are they don't work like they should. They're usually in a fist, or my left hand I have more control over than my right hand, and it's kind of interesting because when I eat and I write, I use my right hand, but my left hand is my dominant hand because that's my stronger hand, and that's what I can use to grab things and pick up things and everything like that. But my right hand is more precise. So like writing, I write way better with my right hand. I don't write very good, and I write very slow. But hey, at least I can write. My left hand, that's just I can grab anything, and Now my right hand, you know, I kind of make fun of it because like sometimes it'll grab onto something and it will not let go. So that can be a challenge at times. But I always figure out things. So here's something. So because my hands are, a pain in my butt, let's just say that, it's difficult to type on my phone, use my phone with my hands. I can do it, but it's just, it takes longer and I make more mistakes. So what I do is I actually use my nose. I kind of, I I peck on my nose, like a bird, and I type that way, and I scroll, and just everything you do on a phone, I can do with my nose, and it's a lot quicker. I'm one more precise, and yeah, that's exactly how I use my phone. So, a lot of what I do is on my phone, just because I can get things done a lot quicker. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit about me growing up. So I was born dead. Yep, I said dead. I had no heartbeat. I wasn't breathing, nothing. Um, Thankfully and obviously they revived me. But a year later, we found out that because of that, I had some brain damage, which is why I have cerebral palsy. Now, the doctor said that I would never walk. Well, guess what? I started walking at the age of 4 or 5. It was like, well, wait, 4 or 5, somewhere around there. Can't remember. Don't remember those days, but But my dad asked me when I was 4 years old if I wanted to walk, and I said yes. So So yeah, so him and my mom worked with me like every day for you know 6 months to a year. And hey, I'm thankful that I can walk, and it's actually getting better the older I get. But I think that's more because I'm working out now, and I push myself to walk further distances than I used to. So I know that's helping a lot. Um, it's kind of fun. My mom literally just told me this like a week ago. Apparently, I was potty trained at the age of 1.5. And I said, well, Mom, I wasn't even walking yet. She said, no, but you would crawl over to the toilet and pull yourself up and then stand there and pee. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible that I was potty trained that young. That's awesome. So yeah, so then going through school that was difficult. I was in a wheelchair to make it easier to get around and make it quicker. So that was great, and yeah, I had a lot of friends. I mean, yeah, I dealt with bullies, but I guess my way of dealing with that is I started to basically I pick on myself before anybody else had the chance. Well, looking back now, it might not have been the right thing to do for myself mentally, but it definitely helped me get through school without having very many bullies, and I came to know everyone. Like everybody knew who I was, and everybody liked me. So usually when I had a bully, my friends would intervene and take care of that problem. So that was really great. I had a lot of great friends, and I still talk to most of them today. I did very well in school. I went through mainstream classes, so like I wasn't in special ed. My parents had to fight hard, so I wasn't in special ed, but I'm thankful for that because I wanted to learn. That's if I was going to be in school, and that's another reason why I want to be a coach. It's because like I know there's challenges, and I know you have to fight for what you want. And if you can't fight, your life is going to be way worse than if you just fight and get what you want, and then have a great life. So yeah. So let's fast forward to, let's just say, my high school years. Um, when I was 15, I started taking driver's ed classes. I knew I could drive because my dad actually bought me a pickup for on the farm when I was 11 years old. So I have been driving that all the time since I was 11. So I knew I could drive. That wasn't a problem. But it was very hard for us to get the doctors to sign off on me getting my license. We had to fight for a while to make that happen, but we did end up, making it so I could get my license. That was awesome, and my uncle actually gave me well. So, I was already the cool guy with the pickup, and, I ended up customizing it and putting a lift kit on it, big tires, lights all over it, a good sound system, all the good stuff. So, everybody wanted to ride with me in my pickup. I became the guy that everybody would call if they got stuck in the snow or the mud because my truck was very capable and I could pull almost anybody out. Speaking of that, I remember one time me and my buddies, we were out mud bogging in a field and I got stuck. Like I said, I was the one that would pull everybody else out. So when my truck gets stuck, there's not really much bigger than what I had to pull me out. So it ended up taking 6 hours and seven other trucks to get my one truck out. That was a long day, but we had a lot of fun, and it was awesome. One of those good memories from when you were younger. Doing the stupid things that you do. But yeah, I mean, I I loved my high high school years and shortly thereafter, and it was great. I was living life. When when I graduated high school, my dad gave me one of his cars, which was a '96 Eagle Talon, which is the same thing as a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And my car has a body kit. It's painted orange, and it has a decal on the side, so it looks like it's from the Fast and the Furious. So it gets a lot of attention, and I actually thank that car for kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone. That car, like wherever you go, you got people staring, which that's something that I'm used to. People always stare, but you just gotta learn how to deal with that. It's not really a big deal. You know. So yeah, I got that car. Oh, and that car is a 5-speed manual. So I actually taught myself how to drive a 5-speed in that car. So that was, I can't believe the clutch still works in that car. Let me just say that. But I am very good at driving 5-speed. I love it. It's fun. And yeah. Um, so yeah, let's move forward. So I started working for my dad's garbage company, in high school, which was about 2009. So a year before I graduated. And yeah, I started working there. I just started doing little things at first, but then eventually I got my commer- commercial driver's license, which that was another fight to get. It was so difficult to get that one, get approved by the doctors and everybody else, and that was a longer process than getting my normal license. But luckily for me, I was already driving for, I don't know, 6 or 7 years with no accidents on my record. So right there shows you I can drive. I'm safe, all of that. So yeah. So then I started driving a garbage truck, which I love doing that. It was great. It's a good job. I started to move up in the company. Eventually, I became the supervisor of the drivers. So that was a nice learning experience. When I first started doing that job, I will say I was not good at it. I did not know how to properly handle people, and I would get angry a lot, and that's not good to do. You really gotta learn how to keep your cool and work as a team. It's very important. So I kept moving up in that, and then in 2019, that was the year that changed my life. My dad had been fighting brain cancer for a while, and unfortunately, he lost the battle in September of 2019. That, you know, that's really hard. It's not something that gets easier either. You just kind of learn how to deal with it your own way. But my dad was, my he was always willing to help me, and he taught me a lot of what I know. And I'm super thankful for everything that he did for me. Um, I'll get into that in a later episode. That's a hard topic to talk about, but I'm just thankful that I had him for as long as I did. So shortly after he passed away, we sold our company, and I didn't really know what I was going to do, so I took a couple months off, and then luckily I got hired at Zuckerberg Services, and they're awesome. They brought me in like family. They treated me well. They were just getting into the garbage industry. They have many other businesses, but that was like their newest one. So yeah, I helped them grow that business. I managed the routes. I managed the drivers. I helped my boss with everything. We were basically best friends at work. Like we talked to each other about everything. I have to sit in my office, and he would I come in there, and he would just vent for hours. I was like his therapist, I guess. But I no longer work there, but I'm super thankful for them. They are awesome, and I still talk to all of them, which I should probably go see them soon. I haven't been up there for a while, but yeah, I love that job. It was really good. They treated me well. I got paid good, so that's always a plus. But yeah, so after I left that job, I was like, all right, I don't want to rely on somebody else for my income. I want to create my own income. So that's when I started diving deep into entrepreneurship. Starting my own business. And at first I wanted to get into real estate, which I still will. Real estate is amazing. I love real estate, but um, one of my coaches actually asked me one day, "Have you ever thought about being a coach yourself?" And I was like, "No, no, I never thought about it." So then I, started looking into that because, my coach said, you have a unique ability to connect with people on a totally different level than most people can. So I was like, yep, that's right. I can inspire basically anyone. So I started diving into, how to be a coach, how to, effectively be a good coach. I didn't just want to be a coach. I wanted to be a great coach. So, I spent a lot of time and a lot of money into self improvement, into teaching myself how to be a coach, and all of that. I'm super thankful I did, and now I'm on a journey, and I am a coach, and I love it. My clients are awesome. I'm really helping them. They're always thankful for every session that we do together. So that's just amazing. And um, February of 2023 is when I first started recording videos for social media. I was so scared to record that first video. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It took six shots of Jack uh, Jack Daniels for me to kind of take the edge off, and then I don't know how many times we shot that first video. Probably 8 to 10 times before I was okay with posting it. So that was my first video. And then, like, a couple weeks after that video, I literally started posting every single day. I would make a video and post it every single day. And now I do 2 to 5 videos every day. I love it because I get a lot of positive feedback. I'm helping people. I provide value in my content, and I keep my content between like 30 seconds and 3 minutes. I like it short because we all have a short attention span these days. It's crazy, but I like to keep it short so then people will watch the whole video. So that's what I've been doing. That's how I've been getting my clients is through social media. And yeah, I really love what I do. And looking back at that first video and how I create my videos now, I I literally would just think of a topic like, okay, health, and then I hit record, and whatever comes out of my mouth, I post it. That's that's it. That's all I do. I've I tried doing where you make a script and then you read the script. I'm just not that good at that. Like you don't see my passion when I read a script, and you can always tell if I'm reading a script or not. So I stay away from that as much as I can, and I just make all my videos just out of the blue. Whatever happens, happens. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm looking to expand my network, and that's why I decided to start a podcast because I want to have some great guests on this podcast, so then we can just spread the word. Figure out what we're doing. So this podcast is going to be about, disabilities. We will talk about the overcoming challenges, and then we're also going to dive into like entrepreneurship and business. I will have guests who own businesses. Some of them will be just starting out. Some of them will be multi-million dollar businesses, and we can just get tips from them and help each other out. That's what this is all about. I love podcasts. My first, well, not my first, but one of the first podcasts that I started listening to was The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. And it's kind of crazy because now Rob Dial is my actual mentor, and I'm in his coaching program. So he's actually one of my coaches, which is just awesome. And it's just crazy looking back a few years when I would just be in the car listening to him, and he would help me out with my problems and just completely changed my life. And then now here I'm working with him. I've talked to him, like it's just awesome. I'm super thankful for him and his team. And then I can't forget to give a shout out to Grant Cardone and his team. They are remarkable. My coaches through Grant Cardone are awesome. I love them so much. They're always there for me. They're always helping me whenever I need help. And then the whole 10X community is just awesome. Everybody supports me. Everybody is helping me. Like I get along with everyone, and I've met so many amazing people because of that. So I'm super thankful for being in the 10X community. It is awesome. So yeah, that's about me, about this podcast, and I can't wait to see where this thing goes. I know it's going to be great because, I mean, this world needs some more positivity in it. So that's what I'm here for. Let's spread positivity, and always remember that your abilities are infinite. All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you on the next episode.